I think I finally got this thing at the ready. Should I do a little... Ultimate PS2Man! Wait, what? That's it? Oh, man.
One month after Alien Force ended, the next Ben 10 series graced the schedules of Cartoon Network. The series, known as Ultimate Alien, focused on Ben and his newly acquired Ultimatrix, with his secret revealed and fame going right to his head. The main gimmick was, well, the Ultimate Aliens, evolutions of aliens with a boost in power. Think of it like Pokemon, how you evolve a Pikachu into a Raichu, except underutilized. Out of the countless aliens at Ben's disposal at this point in the franchise, only 8 in total got ultimate forms. This was right around when I lost interest before Omniverse brought me back. The main villain, Agrigor, wasn't interesting to me, and later on there was some cult worshipping a demon who just happens to look like Vilgax. Oh look, Vilgax is the main villain at the end. Again! Nevertheless, with a new series comes new video games, 2 this time around. Galactic Racing, which we covered last time, and today's topic, Cosmic Destruction. Released in 2010 for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable, Wii, and DS, Cosmic Destruction was once again developed by Papaya Studios, who were also in charge of Vilgax Attacks.
Before actually starting the Ben 10 Marathon, Cosmic Destruction used to be my favorite of the 4 games. But after the previous experience I had, we should see if it stacks up compared to what came before. Let's get into Ultimate Alien, Cosmic Destruction.
Far out in the reaches of space, a cosmic storm brings forth a new threat, an Evo Toku star, who we know as Waybig. In order to stop this approaching threat, Ben, Kevin, and Gwen, mostly Ben, must travel the world to collect pieces of an ancient device known as the Pultis Altiari to enhance the Ultimatrix for the fate of the world. The plot is an enhancement from Vilgax Attacks, but not by much. Kevin and Gwen are, for the most part, just here again, though they are more involved helping Ben find the pieces, so I guess I can give credit where credit's due. There's even a mystery set up as to who the evil Waybig is, though the clues left behind can easily be pieced together by fans of the series who have stuck around since Alien Force. Add a subplot where Ben is being blamed for the destruction of the world by obvious political joke, references that please the fans of the show, and you have a more engaging story this time around. The villain selection here is also an improvement. Most of the villains are bounty hunters, finding the pieces of the Pultis Altiari for a price, not just random picks from the Rogue roster. Even then, you have surprise picks like Zombozo and a returning Enoch, reprised by his original voice actor. In fact, once again, all the characters are reprised by their fellow voice talents. John DiMaggio, D. Bradley Baker, Yuri Lowenthal, all present and accounted for.
So the representation is there, even more so than Vilgax Attacks in that regard. The music is as atmospheric and as energetic as before, and that's about where the praise for the presentation ends.
Cutscenes still look good, but in-game, it feels about the same, if not a little worse. Looking at the HD console versions, this was clearly a game meant for the next generation of consoles. The only reason I owned a PS2 version was because I didn't have a PlayStation 3 at the time.
I only wanted more for Cybertron, man! It's not so hard to ask! Apparently. Let's just get to the game.
Cosmic Destruction is an action platformer, just like Vilgax Attacks. You roam through linear levels solving puzzles using your alien powers in an attempt to reach the boss at the end. And if I compared Cosmic Destruction to Vilgax Attacks, This would be the one time Vilgax would actually win. While Cosmic Destruction makes some improvements, it surprisingly makes some blunders that affect the game as a whole. Let's start with how the aliens are handled. Since this is Ultimate Alien, the game makes way for the 5 newest aliens in Ben's arsenal. Water Hazard, Terraspin, Armadillo, NRG, yes that's how that's spelled, and finally Amphibian, who you might have recognized from the Galactic Racing review. The other 5 aliens are here for reasons I'll soon get into. The problem isn't who they chose, rather how you play as them. When the level starts, you're given 4 aliens in a quick select. These will be the only 4 aliens you get to choose from for that whole level. 3 of the 4 aliens are mandatory, so without them, you're not getting through the level. The last one is an alien of your choice. Now, you can hit R3 and change your optional alien, which the game never told me. I found that out through the manual, ironically. But that's really the only option you get. This change also affects puzzle solving. Since you have the mandatory alien at your disposal, instead of remembering what alien had what ability, the game actually gives you the answer to these puzzles. Just pick from one of the 4 aliens and there you go. Some aliens even share abilities, like climbing ledges, destroying toxic items, fitting in small areas, and while that does sound like a benefit, half the fun of Vilgax Attacks was remembering what each alien does and use them for interesting level design and puzzle solving. Oh, and Gwen holds your hand way too much in this game. She'll either give you the answer outright, or tell you what you have to do. I've done this for 3 games now, cuz I think I can handle it. Don't get me wrong, aliens do have unique abilities. Terraspin hovers in the air and bolts across ramps. Armadillo spins gears to move objects and platforms. Energy melts items and withstands toxic waste. Amphibian charges electrical panels. Water Hazard fills water gauges. Echo still multiplies. Big Chill still glides. Spider Monkey still grapples with webs. Humongousaur still pushes large objects. And Swampfire still lights things on fire. My head hurts. But these abilities are just a part of themselves, while the other part is shared across the others. It sounds nitpicky, but it's how I felt being told what aliens I needed and how to solve each puzzle over and over again. It's like Gwen was taken over by an Omochao from Sonic, and trust me, that's a bad idea.
Hello, I'm Omochao!
I said that was a bad idea! Now, Papaya Studios must have realized the length of the levels, and to their credit, they tried to fix that. Levels can still be long, near 30 minutes each, but in levels are save points a la Kingdom Hearts. When you see one, you can save your game and return there if you need to turn your game off. It's great for those who don't play as often compared to Vilgax Attacks, where you need to do the level in one sitting. That didn't help levels feeling so long for those who play through the level in one go, which would be me. Countless times I asked when the boss would be, since every long puzzle would often lead to another puzzle section or combat, which took a huge nosedive down in quality. More on that in just a second. The locations don't help either. I understand this is a world tour leading to places like the Great Wall of China and the Amazon, but it isn't as interesting as visiting the homeworld of your aliens. While they're designed okay, some will be disappointed in not exploring more worlds. It's merely up to preference.
Just do me a favor. Take a look at this and see if the gameplay reminds you of a certain series. No? Maybe this'll help.
Yes, the combat takes inspiration from the Batman Arkham series, and, well, you guessed it, it feels like a downgrade.
I said downgrade! Trust me, buddy, your time will come, just, I don't need you quite yet. So, can you, yeah, that's great, thanks. Perfect. I missed him last time.
You mash attacks with square, leaping towards the next enemy when it's away from you to continue your combos. Combos in huge quotations, but I'll get there. Triangle is your new counter. When near an enemy with a symbol, you can counter it and hit back with a counter attack. Combos are sadly removed in favor of special moves. Holding R2 and pressing a button activates that move, draining energy from the blue bar. Hitting enemies gains back that energy, and you can use them again and again. Sure, the special moves look flashy, but pales in comparison to combos, and leaves combat to feel rather stale. I was honestly on autopilot when battles started, except for enemies that needed to be countered to break their shields. If only there was a gimmick to...
Yeah! Yeah! Let's go! 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 Woo! 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 Yeah! Yeah! Woo! All right! Yeah! This is so cool! This is sick! Here's why it's one of the worst parts of the game.
Ultimate aliens are playable in this game, but only when the game allows it. You see Ultimate Humungosaur? Here he is in level 1. And never playable again! Aside from Ultimate Spider Monkey, each Ultimate Alien is only playable once in the entire game. Sure, they have unlimited energy for special moves, but with the strength increase and special moves overpowered, it once again leads to stale combat. And unless the HD version changed this, Ultimate Aliens are never unlockable, just locked to their sections in their respective levels. I was really looking forward to playing as the Ultimate Aliens. It's the big reason why the third series exists. But it's only serviceable and leaves a bitter taste in the mouth. But not as much as these bosses. The villain selection might be good, but man, these bosses could have been better. There are two types of bosses, mini bosses and main bosses. Mini bosses usually are straightforward hit-to-win fights, and when special abilities are involved, they can be beaten pretty easily. Main bosses use the alien powers in some form or fashion. These are usually better, except when they're a pain in the neck. One thing I haven't mentioned until now is you have no invisibility frames when you're hit, leading to enemy combos draining your health really fast. And since, again, you and your aliens all share one health bar, expect some unfair deaths here and there.
If only there was a boss to make up for the others. Nah, that can't. Thank Primus!
As advertised on the box, at long last, you finally get to control Waybig. This was an alien the show knows to save for the big threats, and this game uses him perfectly. You fight Evil Waybig in Japan for what's essentially a grand kaiju fight, and this is still one of my favorite bosses in the series.
It's such a good battle! The obvious main highlight of the game, even with... Oh, right. QuickTime events. Always something, man. Always something!
Like Protector of Earth, Cosmic Destruction has QuickTime events, but a little differently. Aside from the final battle, you're given a choice of 3 aliens to solve the situation. The alien choice really doesn't matter as long as you hit the button, because yes, you can fail, and will be forced to do it all over again. Just make sure to hit the buttons and you'll be fine. Let's see. Combat, puzzles, bosses. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, right! Collectibles! Right. There's only one type of collectible in the game, and those are pickups. There are 3 in each level, and all they give you is bonus experience. That's it! All the bonus artwork, while cool, is given to you at the start of the game, so there's no point in replaying a stage for the collectibles. Speaking of experience, upgrading... yeah, I think I get the idea. The higher your combos, the more experience you get, as well as destroying objects in stages. The upgrade points are used to upgrade attributes, like strength and defense, and how powerful your special moves are. Now, you can do this yourself, or let the game do it all for you. And no, your overall health and energy never get upgraded.
Vilgax Attacks at the very least leaves you health and energy badges for you to find among the levels. That way it at least gives you some reason to replay the game, if you want to go for the full upgrades, that is. Cosmic Destruction really doesn't go for that. There's not really a point in coming back to the game. Which honestly makes sense for the overall rating of the game. It's a one and done.
I'll finish by saying this. Don't pick the PlayStation 2 version. This game was clearly made with 7th generation consoles in mind. Voice clips for the PS2 version either love to cut themselves out or not even start at all. Loading in level happens constantly. One section was glitched, so I had to quit the game constantly just to get the combat section I was supposed to. It's just not the better version. But even then, I hate to admit, it's not the best Ben 10 game to go out for. The story takes a step up in quality, but not enough to stand out, even with Kevin and Gwen more involved than before. Levels are okay, but hold your head way too much for puzzles. Bosses are either not interesting or can be a pain to fight. Combat feels lackluster to what came before. It's serviceable, don't get me wrong, but it's only serviceable. You could beat this once and feel okay with not returning for a second playthrough. A shame, since this used to be one of my favorite Ben 10 games. If you're interested, it might be worth a look, but don't be surprised if this one stays on your shelf once you're done.
I do recommend the HD versions for presentation alone, but also because those versions have exclusive aliens, both for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. If you got the PlayStation 3 version, you will get forearms, but if you got the Xbox 360 version, you would get Wrath. Who's Wrath? This is Wrath.
Jeffrey! Aw, man, I mean Wrath! Let me tell you something, Ultimatrix! Wrath is sick of you not working right! It's not even funny anymore!
If not for Chromostone, this would be my favorite alien in Alien Force.
Wow! That's a bit of a shame. You know, to be honest, I'm starting to feel worn out, Ben 10. I need some kind of diversion. Well, I did promise this game in a marathon. So, next time we meet for the Ben 10-a-thon, we'll be looking at Man of Action's second franchise. That unfortunately didn't last. Generator Rex. On the PS2Man. Can't hurt.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, well, you know what to do. If you want to keep up with any updates, make sure to follow Twitter, and if you want to catch out any of my streams, feel free to check out my Twitch. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Take care everyone.